So here I have got a set of window switches from a Land Rover Discovery 4, and in my case I was having issues with the mirror adjustment. It was intermittent and I was only getting adjustment in 2 directions on the mirror and not 4. So I had to replace this window regulator switch pack. I bought a cheap aftermarket version on eBay for only £20. It's now £22. It was completely unbranded, but it looked identical, and that's now fitted in the car and is working fine. But you always worry when you're buying aftermarket parts. For example, I once bought a Renault Kangoo door mirror aftermarket, and it was pretty cheap, and it didn't even last 10 seconds. I couldn't even screw it back onto the vehicle, because as soon as I put a screw in one of the mounting lugs, it broke. And it was completely useless. So I am very wary of buying cheap car parts. But as I said, I bought one of these, £20, and so far it's working, but it hasn't been in the vehicle very long. But this is such a unique product that's only going to work in Land Rovers. I think the same one is also in the Freelander. I would imagine it's come out the same factory. Anyway, the point of this video is I'm going to take this apart and see whether it was possible to repair this, because I'm sure other people are going to be in the same boat and question whether they can repair their little toggle switch here, or whether they've got to buy a new complete switch pack. So I'm going to show you what's inside and see whether this was repairable, or at least show you how it works. So I have already removed the little Phillips head screws which hold the backing plate on here, and there are 6 to remove, and then you've got to prise the back plate out of the edges, and there are 3 little tags on either side. So with a flat blade screwdriver down there you can pry them out, and then you can remove the back plate. And you can see here we've got electrical connection, so even though this has got multiple switches and lights, it is only a 3-pin electrical connection there. And then inside you can see we've got this circuit board, and there's an awful lot of components on it, so this is quite a complex unit really, and it's all electronic rather than mechanical, as it were. So the switches have gone all floppy with the circuit board removed, including the joystick. And then you've got these left and right buttons, they've got LEDs in there as well, and you've got this button here, and actually with the circuit board removed it doesn't actually do anything. The spring action on all of these is on the back of the circuit board here. So straight away you can probably tell that this isn't really repairable. So each switch is pushing down on this little rubber, oh, that one's on the floor, on this little rubber plate, and then that's what gives you the 2 positions in the switch. And in my case it was the mirror adjustment, and it's got all 4 there. So this little joystick is just pushing down on 4 corners, and it's pushing these rubber switches here, and all that is doing is pushing this little plastic peg, as it were, or button, onto the circuit board. And you can see the circuit board has got 3 contacts per switch, per peg, as it were, and that's what's doing the work. There's not much you can really do with this apart from possibly clean the contacts, make sure the rubber membrane isn't split, make sure the little plastic plunger or little peg in there is in place, but it's a sealed unit, so it's likely that's all going to be fine. And I would assume in my case I've got an issue on the circuit board, but this is so small you're not going to be able to repair anything on there. So the short answer is it's not really repairable. So unfortunately all of this is going to have to go in the bin, and these things just aren't really repairable. I thought it might just be a plastic lug that had broken. I might be able to repair it with super glue, or something just might have needed a bit of lubrication. But as you can see, it isn't in this case, and unlikely to be in your case either. So you just have to buy a new part. A bit of an obscure video this one, but I thought it might help someone. If it has, please do click the thumbs up, that really does help. And write in the comments as well. Okie doke, bye then.